Good afternoon, everyone. Again, may I introduce myself? I am Gemma Gruyal, a registered pharmacist, and at this time, I am working for my PhD in science education. And presently, I am teaching in Surigao del Sur State University, Cantilan, Surigao del Sur, northern part of Mindanao, Philippines. And our place is found in Mindanao, and it is in northern part of Surigao del Sur. And this is our school where I'm teaching now. And our study is entitled Ethnomedicinal Plants Used by Residents in Northern Surigao del Sur, Philippines. And we are 3 in this research. And the introduction of our study is that treatment of ailments, diseases with the use of medicinal plants have been observed way back before recorded history. According to World Health Organization, it is estimated that up to 80% of the world population depend exclusively on the plants for their health and healing. Traditional therapeutic knowledge of plants have been handed down from generation to generation through verbal communication. Cause and effect of modernization resulted to the natural vegetation being destroyed for the building of infrastructures, over-harvesting of the plant medicine, and also introduction of new Western medicinal practices. With the growing threat of losing traditional knowledge in a modern generation, many efforts have been made to record and publish this knowledge. Working on ethnomedicinal knowledge has been increased, especially in some parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa. But despite many ethnomedicinal studies that were performed over the world, relatively few documentation were done. In the Philippines, in most cases, they focused only in indigenous groups, while the knowledge of traditional agriculturists and forest dwellers were neglected. Northern Surigao del Sur, Philippines, is home to citizens who were descended from native and tribal groups influenced by the rapid modernization of the country. Most of the residents are farmers and fishermen. These modernized dwellers have been practicing traditional folk medicine since time immemorial. But with the advent of the modern medicine and technology, some of these folk medicines were relegated to sidelines or no longer practiced, particularly the younger and educated populace no longer value the usefulness of the traditional herbal medicines. Thus, the objectives of this study is that to document the knowledge of indigenous plant utilization, then to record the health care practices in the northern part of Surigao del Sur, and to provide a database for future research and potential resource for the development of new drugs. The methodology is I have to study the study site, Carrascal, Cantilan, Madrid, Carmen and Lanuza, and a barangay from its municipality was chosen purposely as a study area. And again, it is in northern part of Surigao del Sur. The process, again, the study site, and then after identifying the study site, give letter permission to the barangay captain, and then 50 informants ranging from 30 to 82-year-old through, and then there is an interview using semi-structured questionnaire. Then after that, collection of plant specimens, and then identification of plants and deposited it in the herbarium. For the results and discussion, based on the number of informants, which is 50 informants, 35 were female and 15 were male. For the plant family, about of a total of 65 plant species were utilized as medicinal plants. These species were classified into 44 families, treating different kinds of health ailments. As we can see here in this graph, two of the 44 families prevail most. It is in Verbinaceae and Graminaceae, then followed by Labiatae and Malvaceae. And here are the species utilized as traditional medicines. I wasn't able to write down the scientific name anymore. And for the species habitat, about 34% were classified as herbs, and 32% shrubs, 29% trees, and the rest is climbers. Data indicates that the area has a diversity of plant species of medicinal value. And for the plant part used as medicine, we can see here that 79% leaves are the most frequently used as plant part, then followed by the stems, then the roots, then the bark. Preference of the use of leaves over other plant parts help in the preservation, survival, and sustainability of the medicinal plants. And the mode of preparation, about 48% used for a decoction, and then 21% through preheating and then extracting the juice, and then followed by crushing of leaves and then apply it to the affected area, and 13% for infusion. So we can conclude that decoction is the very common method of preparation. Then for mode of treatment, it can be gleaned here that 60% they use it internally, and then 40% through external application. Then for the common ailments, in the data, it shows that for stomach discomfort, the highest one, which is 23.43%, then followed by the respiratory diseases, then followed by the skin diseases and urinary tract infection. Findings. Efficacy of treatment is verified by the continuing existence of the knowledge and usage of the said plants. However, measures should be taken to identify harmful substances also found in these plants. Plants by nature contain toxins, alkaloids that can harm rather than cure patients. Local folk of the region are proven to be invaluable source of knowledge with regards to the identification and usage of these plants. Handing down of information among the locals is commonly done verbally. Relatively fast modernization of the region attribute to the steady decline of the knowledgeable ethnomedicinal persons. Despite efforts to safeguard the population of medicinal plants, mining activities in our place continue to threaten them to extinction. Efforts are thus made to record such information before they are gone. So, the conclusion of our study is that there is prevailing knowledge on the traditional use of medicinal plants in treating ailments and health problems among the residents in northern part of Surigao del Sur. Common ailments treated are cough, diarrhea, stomachache, and kidney infection. The use of leaves indicates that many of the residents in Surigao are careful to sustain the survival of medicinal plants. This study records not only the ingenuity of the Surigaonons on their use of various medicinal plants and traditional healthcare practices, but documents the invaluable knowledge of the forefathers of the inhabitants so that it may survive amidst the rapid modernization of the country. And these are the references I've been using. Thank you for listening. And thank you also to the OMICS group for giving me the opportunity to be one of the speakers in this conference and to be in Beijing, China.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
I'm interested in this traditional medicine in Philippines. I want to know whether this traditional medicine has a theory, has a systematic theory.
Systematic what? Theory of identification of plants?
No.
What do
you know? The traditional Chinese medicine has theories, a system of theories. There's many principles for the guiding of in clinical practice. So I want to know whether the traditional Philippines medicine has those principles or
they just get their idea through verbal communication. Oh, yes. Oh.
So
there is no. That is why I mentioned in my research that I have to a further study for the content or the chemical constituents of its plant being used as traditional medicine. So I am here. Anybody from the institution could help us do the what is the scientific approach or the phytochemical study or for identifying the secondary metabolites. As shown in the presentation, most of your presentation here were so very sophisticated technology. Now, in our place, especially in our place, which is not really that good, we have no such no technology that could really elucidate what is in that particular plants. So I just do documentation how they prepare the plants and what are their uses. So my next study is I want to study what are the secondary metabolites present in that particular plants wherein they use it as, for example, in treating stomach ache. Is there something that could make it a toxic effect in their body?
And I have another question. Is this there's only the northern part of Philippines has the traditional medicine, or in different other parts of Philippines also have other kind of traditional medicine?
In other parts of the Philippines, yes, there is a traditional medicine, but mostly in their research, they focus only in indigenous people, not on in our residence. I focus only in our region. But there are some researches coming from other part of in the Philippines, in in Luzon and Visayas and Mindanao. My focus is only in Mindanao, and it is part of Surigao del Sur.
Okay, thank you very much.